Hello and welcome, my friends. It's me, Jennifer from Mystic Star. Now, I'm hoping that I have resolved all the technical issues that I've been having over the past couple of days. It's been very crazy. Taking some deep breaths, problem solving. That frontal cortex is so important. But you guys should be able to hear me. Now, if you can't hear me and you're on this channel at any time, please let me know. It really helps me to be able to fix the problem before I get too far into it. So, welcome to Friday. What a fantastic, fantastic week we're going to have. It's been a long week so far. Lots of shifts, lots of new, which can bring in some anxiety for people. We have the full moon energy in full force right now, and Leo is standing high and proud. So we have that shift. Now we can use that shift to our advantage. We don't have any extra bits or changes coming in next week, so we have that ability to really embrace this energy. The full moon energy, of course, will be with us Saturday and Sunday, so it will start our week off with that amazing divine feminine energy. Always, always something that we can use to our advantage. And Leo, he's here for about a month, so we've got some time. This week, actually, it's funny, before I did my last reading with my Patreons, I had to change my deck. Sometimes decks are like, I put them down, I'm like, no. So I went back up and I changed it. Now I have the Tarot of the Hidden Realm. It's a beautiful deck and it's been very spot on. So I'm very excited to use it this week. And I've paired it with the Beyond Lumiere or Lemuria Oracle deck. Fantastic decks. I've linked both these decks below, so if they interest you, you can go check them out for yourselves. Not the first time I've used these decks on readings, first time I've used them together, so this is going to be a lot of fun. All right, let's get into this. And I can't believe I'm going to say this, but what can my friends expect from the week of July 25th through the 31st? I don't know about you, but I just feel like I got to July. Did we not just have Independence Day and Canada Day? Like, wow, where did the time go? I know that when we're in school and stuff, time flies during summer vacation like no other time, right? Well, this summer, same thing. So, full spectrum. I'm getting more and more of this. So the full spectrum card talks about your chakra system. And I'm a big proponent and supporter of Reiki and chakras. I'm a Reiki master. I'm at the 5th dimensional Reiki system. I really find that that's important. Now, the full spectrum talks about that next stage, that 5th dimensional chakra system. Going from a 7th, like 7 main chakras to 12 main chakras. Using and being able to process that energy at a higher level and rate. I've been getting a lot of information and a lot of push to try and support people to get their 5th dimensional chakras in play so that we've got that 5th dimensional system in use for 2032. As we have that energy increase. Now, I will offer my friends who are watching this a 50% discount off of any and all Reiki classes, including my 5th dimensional chakra system. You need to email me, you need to talk to me about it. All right. If you have so how Reiki is that it goes into 2 parts. There's level 1, 2, which is usually a combination course. Then 3 master. If you have the 1, 2 by someone else, I will get you the 3 master. If you are master by someone else, I will still do the same thing for 50% off my 5th dimensional chakra system upgrade. It really helps out. It helps with some of that burnout we're feeling because we're trying to do too much with too little power. It's like trying to actually, if you had an older house, you have to upgrade the electrics to be able to deal with technology now. Same thing, except we're on an energy base So if you are interested in working on your chakras, working in that Reiki realm, email me and I will give you a 50% off any of my Reiki classes. So that said, that chakra system, it's going to be really important. Making sure it is flowing well. The 7 you have, so we all start out with 7, need to flow very well. Doesn't matter who you are, they get clogged up. Reiki masters, whoever, it doesn't matter. If you're not paying attention to it, if you're not giving it that love, of course it's going to get clogged up. And when we do have that clog, we're really struggling to get things done. We feel exhausted. We feel really overwhelmed. So, ways that you can work on that. I did do a Healing 101 where I talked about energetical healing. If you're not too sure about this energy stuff, you can go check out that video. It will support you in connecting into that energy. And then I also have a balancing meditation that I brought out last Christmas where it balances out your chakras. I am working on some meditations on solely working on those chakras. I have not got them finished. I want to make sure that they are perfect in my site and in accordance to what my high vibrational support team wants to do before I bring them out. So, things that you can do, start to correlate the different crystals to your chakras. I talk about that in my Healing 101. I'm not going to rehash it, but start to love those chakras because you're going to find out as you do, you get more energy, you feel stronger, and things are less triggery. You don't have that gut response. The next one, your crown chakra. Of course, your crown chakra is the one at the top of your head, dealing with that connection to that universal energy. Especially deal with that one, guys. Start there. The crown chakra is the one at the top of your head that is kind of a whitish purple color. Clear quartz works really well for that. All the chakras have different resonating vibrations that you can try and do meditation with. I haven't worked with that vibration recently. Not to say that that won't occur in my chakra meditations that will be coming forward. However, that solar plexus, it's going to be important. Your soul star chakra. This is part of your 5th dimensional chakra system. Unless you're attuned to it and have brought in that chakra system, it's one above your head that really deals with those past experiences, connecting you into past tools, those aha moments. It's usually a magenta color, and it's a fantastic, fantastic chakra if you have it working and anchored. It's not easy to say to just upgrade your system by yourself. It's easy for a master to do, especially if they've done it before. It's a quick and easy process. But if you're trying to do it on your own, it's like anything else. There's stumbles, there's falls, and more of a likelihood that that chakra won't anchor. We want the chakras to anchor so that you can get the most out of it. So that 5th dimensional chakra system is really going to be important for you guys as you're moving forward. Start working with the 7 you have, and then you can reach out to gain those extra 5. Those extra 5 are really going to support us in the years to come, helping us to, like I said, bring in more high vibrational energy at a higher rate without burning out. All right, let's get into this week. What can my friends expect from the week? Okay, both cards, please. Of July 25th. Not off the table, please. To the 31st. I do ask them to keep it on the table, but sometimes they get really excited and flick things around. The 10 of Cups. Reminding us that we're not alone here, guys. I know many of us are still feeling that kind of isolation, that disconnect. 2020 was quite the decade, or it seemed like a decade. Sorry, it's a year. However, we have that ability to connect in and really, really support and be open to others' support in our family and friends. And when I say family, I don't necessarily mean that nuclear family that you were born into. It may be that friend cohort that is more supportive. Whoever those supportive people are that understand you the best and that will support you in this, those are the guys we want to talk to. Those are the guys we want to reach out to. So whether they're family, whether they're not, we can and should be really connecting in with them. Now, another amazing support that many of us don't access is our astral family. They love us unconditionally. They're connected to us energetically rather than biologically. There are individuals that will dip into both. So they're part of our astral family and then they come into that biological family as well, but not necessarily. Last year sometime, I did a meditation with Archangel Lemuria. Oh, no, sorry. Archangel, just a second, it'll come to me. I've done ones with so many archangels. Mallory. It's Archangel Mallory that actually is connected to your soul star. And he helped us to connect in with our astral family and a tool that we need right here and right now. So it's a fantastic meditation to start your week off with, especially in that very divine feminine energy of the full buck moon, especially with that buck energy. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I try and support you guys out the most I can here. I have 3 meditative playlists and a mindfulness playlist. Most of them average about 30 minutes, barring one of my mindfulness or my meditation playlists, and it's literally a 5 to 10 minute meditative playlist where it's kind of that short and sweet support that you can use wherever you are. I've got ones with the angels, so we're going to find the one with Archangel Mariel, and then I've also got one where it's just you and me, where we are working on, tools and supports, just you and me. So these are a guided meditation, because meditating can be really hard for many people. And most importantly, they're free. No strings attached, no nothing. They are free. You can use them as often as you need. Visit them whenever you need. They're there for you. So helping you connect into added and more tools. That magician energy is really ripe right now. We need to be really working on our own individual aspects. Yesterday, I did 2 readings, one for the full buck moon and one for the Leo energy. And they both said similar things: empowering you, embracing you, understanding you, using your skills and your abilities with the tools right at hand to support you with that growth, that development, support you with really raising that vibration and helping you forward. It's playing into this week as well. That magician energy is still really ripe. This one is upside down. The 3 of Wands. You guys got this card in one of the readings yesterday, reminding us that we have to have that active participation. We need to be the ones taking those steps forward. Yes, they need to be small, stable, steady steps, but we're the ones that need to put in that intention, give that energy, and devote that time to what it is we're trying to achieve. No one else can do that for us. Reaffirming at the beginning of the week, we need to keep going. Keep that active participation mode in go mode. The 10 of Swords. I love this rendition of the 10 of Swords. You can see that determination and sheer argh in her face. The 10 of Swords usually talks about and shows Pamela Coleman Smith depicted a man that had 10 swords in his back, and he's laying on the ground, pretty defeated. Yet, in the distance, the sun is rising. The 10 of Swords talks about no matter what pain, hardship, burdens we're carrying, we need to embrace that next day, that new dawn. I love this rendition of it. It's just like, bring it on. And that's what we need to have, that no fear energy. We're all carrying past pains. We've had this lifetime and others to deal with. We are carrying burdens that we may not know about, but we can't let that hold us back. Sure, it might slow us down a little bit. That said, we need to embrace that new dawn, that new day, because there's going to be a lot of possibilities and opportunities that only that time or that day will offer you. If we are in go mode and we're slowly putting our feet left, right, and moving, the universe will reward us. Think of it as those gold stars your teachers used to give out. I don't know, my teacher had like a box of them. And the universe does the same thing, except those gold stars is abundance, prosperity, happiness, joy, things going easier. We're not working so hard. You're like, oh, hey, look at that. So it's like when you're building IKEA. Sometimes it works. Other times you're like, no, will not work. The universe supports us in making things slide into place a lot easier. So when we're in go mode, we're not letting things hold us back. We are really engaging in our everyday, being more present, which I know can be hard, and embracing the wonders, the joys, the blessings that happen all around us. It helps to really bring in that energy, raises our energetical signature, and that universe starts to hand out those gold stars. So the beginning of the week, we do need to keep that go mode in the beginning. We're still working on this. We still have that lunar energy we can tap into. We still have Leo pushing and encouraging us forward. And we still have our inner Gur. We all do. Now, we have a lot of energy work here. One thing I'm going to say, there is a lot of turbulent energy right now. If you even take a gander at what's happening climatically or in the weather, we have places on fire, we have places flooding, we have places being in weird heat waves and weird droughts, and the universe is still showing us that we're not where we're supposed to be. It's giving us a bit of feedback there. That energy can be hard to deal with. On top of that Leo Gur, it can kind of feel prickly. If you're starting to feel overwhelmed in any way, because we know it will happen, right? Our ego's not going to go, oh, change, oh, development, prosperity, no problem. It's going to give you that feedback. That pain, that suffering that we've been dealing with in this lifetime and that we actually know about will come forward. Our ego will give us that resistance. We need to be one step ahead of it. And we can do it. We can do it easily with relatively no cost. When you start to feel those pangs of anxiety or that heart rate starting to go up, go to a sink, any sink, turn on water. I don't care what temperature, put your hands under it. Visualize that water drawing out that electrical zing that you're feeling. You're using the element of water, which is a cleansing element. And we know that because where do we bathe? In a shower or a bath with usually water. You don't need any soap. You don't need anything else. You just need that water. Then you can flick your hands dry, get rid of that energy, and you feel more intact. I would suggest some really deep cleansing breaths. Just no one needs to know what you're doing, but you're strengthening you. There's no cost to it. Most houses have more than one tap. Businesses will have bathrooms. They'll have kitchenettes. You can get to running water. And if you are blessed to be by like a gentle stream or somewhere that has that moving water, you can put your hands in it. I'd probably wash before I eat or anything, but because you don't know what's been in that water, but it will take that energy away and it will automatically transmute it back to a high vibrational energy. It's the wonders of water. So helping with some of that grr and some of that stuff that is going to kind of hold us back a bit. Let's get into the middle of the week. What can my friends expect from the middle of the week? Okay, yes, that card too. May run out of table space. It's all good. The Five of Cups. The Five of Cups talks about that direction. In the original card that Pamela Coleman Smith drew, we had this amazing hooded being. It's a woman who's focusing in on 3 overturned cups. And behind her is 2 upright cups. Touching into the 2 of cups, that unity, that balance, and that those 3 cups, they usually have some pretty funky color liquid in them. They talk about that heartache and pain that we're trying to overcome. We're not focusing in and feeding the right aspects. The middle of the week, we're going to have some aha. We're going to see that those tides shift from that low vibrational heartache and pain of the 10 of Swords into that 2 of Cup, where we have more of a balance. That energy stuff we're working on really working on that home front, if you will, in a balanced way. One of the ways our ego can try and redirect us is, of course, through hyper-focusing in on situations. We don't want that. We want to make sure that we are balancing our time and our energy with this, with what we need to do in the physical world, with our emotional, mental health. It is very much a juggling act, however, one that we can succeed in. It's a skill. Just like any skill, the more we practice with it, the more we play with it, the better we're able to achieve it and maintain it. Okay, you guys saw me shuffle the cards. 2 of Cups. Really reconfirming what I just said, that balance, that unity is really important. Additionally, it touches in to the 10 of Cups, reminding us we're not supposed to do this journey alone. We were never meant to. We need to reach out to those important people, those important relationships. Now, whether or not you found your soulmate and you're in a relationship with them, it doesn't matter. These are important relationships that are healthy, that are balanced, and that nurture you, including the relationship with self. So, those relationships are important. We already knew that. We started out with the 10, and we're getting into the 2 here. We're getting a lot of water here, which really reconfirms that need to watch for those energy spikes and use that cleansing element to your advantage. Oh, I love this card. Such a unique take on the star. The 17th card in the Major Arcana, and it's their hopes and dreams. Reminding us that we did sign up to learn and experience things, and we've set goals. We've set those long-term achievements. We need to make sure that those goals and achievements have kept up with our evolution, because sometimes they don't. Sometimes we don't reflect in on them enough. Taking a bit of time this week to make sure that those long-term goals still resonate with you. They still speak to you. They encourage you forward rather than staying stuck and stagnant. I should point out, has nothing to do with this card. This card happens to be the 2 of Pentacles. But this card talks about that energy work as well. In the original card that Pamela Coleman Smith drew, she has a maiden who's kneeling on the land with 1 foot on the water. The balance of energies is going to be really important. Additionally, she has 2 jugs, She's pouring equal amounts of energy or liquid into the water and into the land. We need that balanced approach. Balance reconfirmed again, obviously with the Two of Pentacles. But we already knew that. We had the Two of Cups. We know that that balance is going to be an essential role and element in this week and the weeks to come. Like I said, it's a skill. And that's a skill that sometimes we do fall off our bike and fall off that balance. But it's important to be able to regain and pick up our balls and keep going. A lot of times we take a stumble or a fall as a failure rather than a learning opportunity. It's only a failure when we sit there and we don't get back up. Because that's when the universe is going to come in and whack us with the tower. And we won't have any choice in that. Right now we have a lot of choice. That right of free will is raring and raging. So let's use it to our advantage. So we do have the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. In angel messages, when you've got that multiple two, the angels are reminding you that yes, that balance is going to be essential. We need to keep focused on it as we're on the right track. So let's keep focused on it. Again, we don't need to hyper-focus. We just need to feel, like, check in. Am I okay? Where am I at? What would help right now? If we do that periodically, we're not taking a lot of time out of our day. Heck, you can multitask while you're getting a drink of water. How do I feel right now? When you're going to the bathroom, you can still think as you go. Check in. Where am I feeling? Should I give a little extra time at the sink? Using our time to our advantage. We don't need to add extra stuff. We just need to be smart with what we're doing. All right, let's go on to the end of the week. What can my friends expect from the end of the week? Other than, well, wrapping up July, which to me is barking mad that we're wrapping up July already. Okay. The Six of Wands. Such a beautiful card. Reminding us of that passion, that creativity, and letting it flow. When we use our passions and our creativity to our advantage, we're getting out of our way. Creativity has two sides. One is that intuitional creativity, that connection to the universal energy that starts with our crown chakra and flows all the way down to our sacral. The second side is that passion-based. It's connected into our sacral and our solar plexus. That passion, that fire, that connection. We need to have that balance. We need both of these aspects to create and produce anything in our world. And interestingly enough, the sixes, they're all about balance and harmony. Reconfirming or reconfirmation that balance is going to be important. So the word of the week, guys, will be balance for you. Balance just keeps coming up. Adding to that fire, the Page of Wands. Reminding us that we don't want to take things too seriously. We don't want to kind of overburden ourselves and get caught up in the grind. We want that fun, playful energy. When we're in that point of fun and play, that joy, our vibrations are high. It gives us a better opportunity to explore and to understand ourselves and our world. So at the end of the week, some balance, some play will go a long way in helping you to connect in to that latter part of the week and really embrace some of these opportunities that the week is going to present to you. Because like I said, there are days that there are specific opportunities that day is going to hold for you. The more joy, the more balance you have this week, the more you're using that solar plexus fire that Leo is supporting you with, the more you're going to get out of it. Oh, I love this card. The Fairy Stallion. It's the Chariot. The seventh card in the Major Arcana. I love how cards, like different decks, they take some liberties with the names, and they have, well, that fun and play. The fairy stallion obviously talks about that movement. We started with the movement on the Three of Wands at the beginning of the week. You're going to see that movement keep propelling you. The Three of Wands is going to get you to the end of the week, kind of as a woo. And then we're going to spike back up. Really getting high on our horse and enjoying this. We're not going to rip forward like the page or the Knight of Swords where he's charging headlong into the storm. We're going to get on our high horse and we're going to be able to enjoy the scenery, the experience of right here and right now, knowing that we have that ability to make the changes and shifts that will support us in getting out of some of the funky stuff that we don't like. Because like anything else, it's a balancing act. There's stuff we like, there's stuff we're not so happy about. We are learning and we're perfect for where we're at. We get on that high horse and we're going to be able to steer ourselves more into what is working, that we do like, and away from what isn't, that's been holding us back. So it's a fantastic week of exploration and of movement. And not chaotic movement, guys. This is not leaps of faith. I don't do a lot of leap of faith because I find that once you land out of that leap of faith, you land in an unstable or unstable manner. Your ego will claw you back to past where you were. So if you're in one spot and you do a leap of faith, it jumps you way, way back. And you find that you have more heartache and fear because of that experience. It's creating that kind of failure mentality, that fear. So small, steady steps with lots of grounding, lots of supports and tools. You don't get that fear. You just keep moving forward and away from what's really causing some pain. All right, let's look at the challenge. We know our ego is going to be a bear. It usually is, especially as you're looking at moving forward, you're developing, you're exploring, you're expanding. Your ego does not like those words. So let's see what else is going to be a challenge this week. What challenge will my friends face for the week of July 25th through the 31st? The Knight of Pentacles, that need and drive to work on self. Pamela Coleman Smith drew the original deck with the knights in varying stages of motion. I already mentioned the Knight of Swords is running helter-skelter into a storm. The Wand, he's trotting along and he's got that momentum going. The Cups, he's cantering along. He's just like, yeah, okay. Whereas the Page is, or the Pentacle is steadfast on his horse, looking at all his hard work that he's achieved and accrued in his homeland. We're going to have some resistance to that. We're not going to want to spend the time and energy or find the need. Stuff will always come up that will supersede or oversede what we want to do. We can start to change and move the Knight from an obstacle to an ally by giving ourselves some time, scheduling it in. It doesn't have to be a lot. A little bit will go a long way, especially if it's something that you do regularly. If you continue, okay, I know I've got to do X, Y, and Z. However, I'm going to give myself 30 minutes to unwind, decompress, degunk, so that I can do X, Y, and Z in a clearer state. You're already working on self. You can start to be proactive, knowing that crystals like tiger iron or black obsidian will help with that stability. You can carry it with you, right? Taking those steps forward, being mindful will help you to turn him to an ally so that you are able to get what you want done this week, plus work on that home front. But that resistance will be real. There'll be always something that comes up. Shadow Dance, the 15th card in the Major Arcana. And of course, we're looking at that ego. We knew it was going to be a challenge. We knew he was there. And yes, that challenge, that darkness, that anxiety, that pain is going to be there. We have the ability to be proactive, release some of that pain, release some of the tentacles that the ego has wrapped around you. I've got meditations on both playlists that talk about releasing and degunking self. Easy 30-minute meditations. Any and all will work. That release will go a long way in giving you back control rather than your ego. The Queen of Wands, that sassy queen. She's the queen that owns it all. Owns it. Like she owns herself and a bag of chips. I enjoy this queen. Probably one of the most, she's just got so much going on. And it starts with Pamela Coleman Smith's original rendition of her. You see this regal woman in a yellow dress with sunflowers, and she's got this black cat, and then she's sitting with her knees apart. Back in 1910, women didn't do that. They had their ankles crossed, and they were to the side, and they were very dainty. No, this queen's like, I got it going on. We're going to have resistance to that. Resistance to that inner magician. Tapping into our skills and our abilities. We do have that ability to turn this very sassy queen into an ally because we are dealing with that fire energy of Leo. The more we start to trust in ourselves, use our abilities, use our skills with everything that's around us, those tools, those supports, you're going to start to own who it is you are. In both Leo and the full moon reading that I did yesterday, we talked about that importance of spending time in exploring self. You do that, you're going to find that connection to that queen. She's going to be an ally rather than a hindrance. Again, using things that are right at hand. We already know this is going to be a challenge. We can turn it to our advantage with just a little bit of work. All right, let's look at what other supports will help you guys. What is going to support my friends in embracing this guidance and all that the week offers them? All right. I think you got a 2-for-1 here. Yep. Lumen and essence. So luminescence, stepping into that light, stepping into our power. Very much part of what that creative energy, the Chariot, the 3 of Wands is encouraging us to do. Stepping into who it is we are so that we can embrace these amazing opportunities and energies that present themselves in our everyday. And freedom wanted to snag in there, reminding us that the more we're owning self, the more we're engaging in our everyday, the more we're going to get out of it, and the freer we're going to feel, the lighter we're going to feel. And those transitions, they're going to be less challenging because we are embracing the high vibration. That fear and anxiety won't slow us down as much. We have too much power, too much, roar that's getting us going. Oh, yeah. Transformation. This week really, really is summed up in that transformation. You have that ability to make some amazing choices for you and your pathway forward. It's up to you, though. That active participation is huge. Oh, this isn't surprising. That root chakra, super important. We've got the top and the bottom of that 7th Those 7 chakras are the third dimensional chakra system. The top, of course, is your crown, the bottom being your root. I did mention that tiger iron or black tourmaline would really support you in maintaining that groundedness. I've got a lot of grounding meditations, including one that's about 5 to 10 minutes long, that will support you in maintaining that grounded energy. The more grounded we are, of course, the more we're going to feel that stability and be able to make those changes in that movement that we want. So that root chakra is super important as well. Like I said, all of them are, and I do have that balancing meditation that I brought out in December that connects all 7 of them. We kind of align them a bit, and that helps. Especially if you haven't done a lot of energy work, it's a nice, gentle way to step into that energy, to step into your chakra system. All right. Now, I am going to end this off with a final draw here, but if you guys in chat or who's ever live does have any questions, please start typing them now, and then I can answer them as we go forward. Whoa! And I'm going to drop a few cards here. What further insight, wisdom, and guidance can we share with my friends for the week of July 25th through the 31st? So if you drop over half your deck like I just did, just as a learning moment, and I believe in teachable moments, it's not necessarily that whole stack you want. I take the top one and keep shuffling. If I need others, they will come forward. But it's usually the one that breaks them all that we really need, and it's important. I've had people who have fought me on that, saying, no, you have to read all of them. Having too many cards can actually muddy up your reading. So take that top one, bring back the rest of the quarter of the deck that I had dropped, and then keep going and pull out the ones that really make themselves known to you or jump out. We have the King of Swords. Kings are that fully developed personality. They have the most control over their suit. The swords, we're looking at that knowledge. This week is going to bring you a plethora, an abundance of knowledge. Knowledge about self, your pathway forward, helping you with those connections, helping you to receive knowledge from others in a high vibrational way. And I say that because people can give you information and they love to share information. If you ask somebody a question, they will gladly give you their 2 cents plus some. But the critical and high vibrational value to that is to think about, okay, that's their perspective. How does it impact me and my journey? Because that is impacting them and their journey, not the same journeys. So gaining that knowledge, being open to it. I encourage people to have a spiritual binder that you can put sections in and you can really use to your advantage rather than small little spiritual journals. Get something that's going to be very useful. Start to write down people's insights. We know we want to connect in with those important people. What are their thoughts? You can be open to that information. You may have a lot of resistance to it. Then you can check into that resistance. Why are you so resistant to it? Is that you? Or is it, where'd he go? There he is. Your ego. Because anytime we have a good idea that may help us, we can have some resistance. So doing some reflection on that information, not just going, they're crazy. No, that won't work. Why won't it work? Where is that resistance coming from? That critical thinking is super important. Now, we don't have to do that right in front of them. We can take that information and write it down and then dissect it at a later date. We don't need to overwhelm them or you. The Page of Pentacles. I love the pages. They're so much fun. So the second page that we've had, the Page of Pentacles, reminds us of, yes, that grounding energy. It's super important. We need that stability. It's going to help with our growth and our development, but also to help us explore our world, our environment around us. Taking that time allowing that inner child out to get muddy, to get in the dirt, walk barefoot on the sand, walk barefoot on your grass. It's okay. Have some fun. Like I said earlier, that fun equates to raising your vibration because you're not getting caught up and bogged down by what's causing you the challenge. Now, we don't want to avoid things. Again, it's balance and moderation. But to help clear out that mind, that high vibrational energy of the page, super important. Now, obviously, we do have the double page, and they're the 11th card in the Minor Arcana. Now, the number 11 is a mastery number. When you have that multiple 11, the angels are telling you that it is time to trust in your abilities and use them to help you along your path, as you're on the right track. And it's important that you keep going. The 9 of Pentacles, reminding us that it's not all doom and gloom, that it's not all challenge and heartache and pain. There's a lot of abundance happening. There's a lot of aspects that are going right. It's important that we focus in on them as well. And in some cases, when we focus in on what's going right, we're grounded, we feel good, we're enjoying our experience. What's challenging us start to die out because you're not feeding them. You're not encouraging that aspect to grow. You're taking away its lifeline. And that can make it enough to make it brittle and easy to break. Starting to break patterns that don't serve you. The Knight of Swords. Like I said, this is a powerful knight. He is running helter-skelter into the storm. And that's okay. We don't necessarily need to be charging forward, but we do need to keep moving forward. We can control the pace, using our knowledge to guide us forward, not our heart center, using those critical thinking skills to our advantage to drive us forward, to push us forward. Now, we do have multiple knights, and they're obviously the 12th card in the major or the Minor Arcana, as their little brothers or sisters are the 11th. When you have that multiple 12, the angels are encouraging you to nurture you, to expand your wings, and to take flight. I hope that you guys found this reading helpful and supportive. And it gave you a good idea on how you can take from both the full moon and the zodiac reading that I did yesterday and really incorporate it into your everyday. It really is kind of that step forward from where we started yesterday. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, if you are interested in taking me up on my 50% offer off my classes, please email me. It's in my About section. It's readily there. You go to my website and it will be there. I am not advertising this as something for everybody. It's for the people who are really connected in and invested in their journey and who want a little bit of extra support. So that said, I hope that you did enjoy this video. I will be back next Friday. I won't be posting a meditation on Tuesday. I've had quite the week. Technology was not my friend. So I'm going to give myself a week off, and then I'll come back the following Tuesday with another meditation. And then, of course, my Fridays, they're pretty much blocked off for these readings for you guys. So I do look forward to seeing you guys on Friday, and I hope that this helped. And thank you so much for watching this video to the end. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It does help people find me on the sea of YouTube, which helps others to step into their power, raise their vibration, which of course will help to raise yours. And if you did like this video, please remember to subscribe and hit that little red bell, as I do add extra videos in here and there throughout my weeks. I usually try and do 2 to 3 in a week, depending on my week. They're not always on the same day. That connection will help you not miss out on any of this guidance, support, and healing. Like I said, thank you so much for joining me, and until tomorrow, my friends.